Hey guys, hope you're well. So today I have got the Disneyland Paris Tag video for you. I was tagged to do this video by Laura McBean recently, and I think I've been tagged in the past by Sam Tolfrey, and I've never got round to doing the tag, but here we are. So let's get on to it. Question 1. What year did you first go to Disneyland Paris? I went to Disneyland Paris in November 2013 with my good friend Julie Wheel. Question 2. Which Disney hotels have you stayed in and which were your favourite? I've stayed at Santa Fe twice. I've stayed at the Hotel Cheyenne and I've stayed at the Sequoia Lodge in the Golden Forest room. And my favourite out of all of those had to be the Golden Forest Sequoia Lodge because the hotel theming was great. It was like woodlandy, which I really liked. I was in a Golden Forest Lodge room, which meant I got a free fast pass every day, access to free snacks and treats in the afternoon, which I never actually used, but we had our own private breakfast area with a hot breakfast instead of it being the European breakfast, and we could have unlimited soft drinks as well in the evening when we came back from the parks, which was great because Disney hot chocolate, we all know it's the best in Disneyland Paris. And yeah, it had a swimming pool which was freezing, but it was a really fun swimming pool, and yeah, it was just one of the nicest hotels I've stayed in on a Disney property. Question 3. What's the best place to eat in the parks and Disney Village? In the parks I would have to say, I quite like Pirates of the Caribbean. I do like Inventions, but I don't know if that counts as in the park or outside of the park because it's kind of in the middle with it being in the Disneyland Hotel. Inventions is one of my favourite meals, and I talked about it in one of my favourite places to dine at Disneyland Paris videos. So I would say Inventions, but if you're looking for strictly in the park, definitely in the park, it would be the Blue Lagoon Pirates of the Caribbean ride. In the studios, I haven't really eaten in many places there. I've eaten in Bistro Chez Remy, that was amazing. I love Bistro Chez Remy. And in the village, I don't tend to eat in the village a lot. I think I've only done it twice, and I've eaten at Annette's, but they've recently changed their menu and I don't like anything on it. The only thing I would go in for is probably a milkshake now. But if I had to choose somewhere, I would say the Earl of Sandwich, because I had the most amazing meatball sandwich at Earl of Sandwich, and it was so filling and so nice. And yeah, Earl of Sandwich. Question 4. Where do you go first when you enter Disney? I don't really have a set routine. To be honest, actually I kind of do, I guess. I don't have when I enter the parks for the first time, I tend to go more towards Disney Studios first, and I'll finish, because I get there for about mid-afternoon time when I go, and it makes sense to me to start in the studios and then like do the hours that are left in the studios before going over to the main park. So if I go to the studios, I'll usually either try and go on Crush's Coaster or Tower of Terror. Question 5. What is your favourite land? My favourite land, I think it's probably Fantasyland, because it seems like there's more attractions there, and it's like proper, it's just Disney. It's got Dumbo, it's got Peter Pan, it's got Alice in Wonderland, the teacups and the maze, it's got Snow White's ride, it's got Pinocchio. And I find I meet more characters in Fantasyland than anywhere else, which I love to meet characters. Probably Adventureland would be next, and then Frontierland. I don't really like Discoveryland. I don't have a lot of time for it except to ride Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blaster ride. I'm just not into Star Wars and space in general, I don't think. So yeah, I don't tend to spend a lot of time in Discoveryland. Question 6. What ride could you go on again and again and not get bored? I think the ride that I could ride again and again would be Tower of Terror, actually. I love the feeling you get as you're going up in the dark and you don't know when you're going to drop or anything, and then all of a sudden, and some people might say, oh, but you could start feeling sick after a while. I don't think I could. I just love the joy of not knowing and going up and down, not knowing if you're going up and down. I just love that ride. Question 8. Favourite Disney meet and greet of all time? I think my favourite meet and greet, oh, that's a really tricky one. It was either the very first time I met Ariel in the Princess Pavilion back in 2013. I had the most amazing meet and greet with her, and we didn't know what princess we were getting. They asked us if we'd been before, the cast members, and they asked us what our favourite princesses were, and we said, well, Ariel's my favourite, Cinderella was Julie's favourite, and they were like, oh, okay, well, wait over here. And we didn't think that would influence like what princess would be there, but as soon as we turned the corner and it was Ariel, I screamed at her and I got the biggest hug, and we talked for ages and then had the loveliest photo. And then, I don't know, I've also had a really good meet and greet on my last trip with Chippendale when I wore my Merida ears here that I'm wearing now. Chippendale loved those ears and they were always taking them off me every morning, because every morning as soon as we got in for early magic hours I would run straight up Main Street, ignore like Mickey and Minnie over there and Goofy and Pluto over there and Donald there. I'd head straight for Main Street to where Casey's Corner was, because Chippendale would be meeting there and they hardly ever had a queue. I was usually the first one there, and he got such a good reaction out of them running off. I remember chasing Chip after my ears because he ran up to the castle with them and back, and I was literally running after him around the hub. It was so funny. But yeah, first meet and greet was with Ariel, and that was amazing. I loved that. Question 9. What is your all-time favourite show or parade? I haven't seen very many shows and parades, I don't think. I've been like 4 times now. I've only ever seen Magicon Parade, but I do like the Christmas Cavalcade when I saw that over the Christmas season, so definitely the Christmas Cavalcade. And the show, I wasn't really keen on Cinemagique. I quite enjoyed Animagique. I got to see that on the last day of it ever, and that was fun, but I haven't really seen any other shows. The show on the stage by the castle was good with the princesses again at Christmas. So I'm going to say the Christmas Cavalcade was my favourite parade. 10. What's the best attraction at Walt Disney Studios? The best attraction at Walt Disney Studios for me would be, I know you're all expecting me to say Tower of Terror, but actually I quite enjoyed the Cars ride, the little Cars ride where you get in the car and you spin really fast. I love that ride. I'm always laughing and screaming my head off on that one. It's just so fun and so cute, and I love it. Question 11. What is your worst moment at Disney? My worst moment at Disney has to be on my last trip when I lost my park ticket, and I was literally in tears because I thought, oh no, I've lost my park ticket, what if they won't reissue it to me? And I was crying thinking, you know, I've got another 2 days here, I'm not going to be able to go into the parks. Worst case scenario situation going on in my head, obviously, but as you've seen in my vlogs from that trip, I went straight down to the reception at the Hotel Cheyenne, and the guy behind the desk issued me with a brand new park ticket, so yay! And the final question, question 12. What is your best moment at Disney? I can't single out a best moment, to be honest. Every trip I've been on, I've been with great friends and I've always had such a great time, and so the whole trip has been, all the trips I've been on have been best moments because I've been with those people and we've shared something magical. Like, I suppose one moment that sticks out to me is when I went over the Christmas period with Katie, Joe and Emma, and we were sat outside the Plaza Gardens. We had like some seats somewhere, I think we did, and there was the Christmas Dreams show on the castle, and we all sang to Let It Go, and I don't know why, it just felt like a really special moment, like a bonding moment, and it just, that Christmas trip sticks out for me as a best moment. But like I say, all the trips I've been on have been amazing, and I can't single out anything. So yeah, that was my best moment really, all my trips. So that was my Disneyland Paris tag video. Give it a thumbs up for me if you liked it. Comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and let me know about what some of your best moments from Disneyland Paris were, and let me know if you've done a Disneyland Paris tag, because I would really like to see it. And yeah, thanks for all the love guys, bye!